These ceremonies now, like I say, there are energies, there's ancient spirits, there's doors, there's all kinds of things, and everybody has different experiences. That's why I search out shaman, medicine, and ceremonies, anything, because when I step in that, I never know what universal thing. It's like I step into a mysterious theater.
Mm.
And once I step in that theater and I sit down in the chair and the movie starts, I'm in another reality, whatever this ceremony and whoever's holding it. When I was in a peyote ceremony, I had asked some people, I'm like, if you hear about one of these medicine ceremonies, can you find out if it would be okay for me to go and participate in this? So these friends we had staying in the Slocan, they knew people and they heard about it. They went and found out and it was given permission, we can come and be a part of that. So I had prayed for a long time. I'm like, I really want this ceremony in the most ancient ways to connect with me and teach me something, not what the person's going to tell me or anybody else at the ceremony. This is between me and the universe and everything. And they had this thing they call a pit house. It's dug down into the ground and everybody goes in there. It was about 50 of us in the center. They got this fire. Me and Cindy didn't know. We thought we were going to go sit in there, be like in a fridge. So we dressed really, really warm in case it was cold. And here they had this freaking fire and there's 50 people. It was really hot. I mean, we were really uncomfortable. And the medicine came in and like all of a sudden the smoke turned into a rainbow and it started talking and showing me things. And I had this amazing experience. And after the end, I was just exhilarated. There's so much joy and happiness and I couldn't stop laughing. And I was talking so bad. I couldn't shut up. I was just like everywhere. Like, just like this clown going in and out and everything. And Cindy was watching me and I was telling stories and it just like everywhere. And it was just this energy. And they say when you go in there and you do the medicine, you get well, and there's sometimes things in your body, so you release it. And I was asking and giving permission for all of that. So for me, when I go to these things, I take them very serious. Any kind of ceremony I get invited to.
But then I want to bring it down to like this group is like a ceremony, right?
All the time.
So when you're giving permission and you're preparing yourself for even coming to this group and we're going to do this meditation, energy is going to flow. And if you're specific with spirit before you even attend, that you can have a magical, mystical experience, just like Joe was saying here today in the group. I mean, you can have it any day if your soul wants you to have it, if it's something you desire. You don't have to necessarily have a medicine man give you the experience or the medicine itself. Just your prayers are powerful enough to create ceremony for yourself.
Yeah, and throughout the week, there's a lot of things that come in and out, and we're asking questions. And there's a lot of us, we're all connecting in different ways. So you don't know what you're going to receive. Like Cindy didn't realize she was going to get biofeedback and, all this stuff would go on. She said a prayer in the morning, expecting somewhere along the way, maybe something. But a couple hours later there, she got everything she asked for. So throughout the week is like, because we call in the creator. Our angels have been working together. We've been opening up space and holding things. And so if you need an answer throughout the week, just say, hey, on meditation, maybe something will come in here. And always ask that you receive. That's why I say you can look into the future. You can look at things. It is really your life. So why not watch it? Why not go into that special theater that's so magical and sit in a chair and just say, okay, turn on whatever is there and watch the movie play out. And when it's done, leave there and thank the spirits and everything for revealing and helping you to see and understand these things. Because you can do a vision quest even in your own home. You can pray for a couple of weeks and tell the universe, I'm going to spend 4 days. And you can choose a room and a time. And then you start and you go and you sit in there all day and you sit in quiet and you pray and you just focus. And somewhere something is going to happen. I know some people that live in the city that do these vision quests every year, and they do it in their own home, and they do it when there's going to be nobody around. They shut their TVs and their phones, everything off, and they spend 4 days and they ask to see and know things. They don't tell people this because a lot of people assume they're crazy. It's like, why you're starving yourself? And one guy, he sits and he puts a really dark blanket over him when the light comes. And he just stays under this dark, blanket all day, asking for all kinds of things. So whatever you're praying, the universe is listening. They're trying to find a way to bring peace. They're trying to help you to understand survival in the future, because when everything comes right down to it, life is survival. Every breath you take, everything you do in your life. And there's many random experiences that can change that reality. So knowing things and understanding things and wanting to be a healer or a teacher, it's like the more you learn, the more the universe would like you to teach and reach out and help people. There's always somebody searching. You found people that teach you, and it has done something really big. So sometimes the universe is like, we need you to do this. And how many people out there that are really teaching and doing things right? So giving yourself permission to invite that in and see where it grows and what it does for all kinds of reasons. And I always see life as survival, because right from when I was very small, there was a lot of challenges to life, and I survived very, very crazy things. And I get to say thank you every day, and thank God that I'm opening my eyes, talking and sharing and getting to live and express whatever today has. And I never know what my experience or anything that will go on. And people don't see the beauty in that. After I got hit with that dump truck, I had the most profound experience. I got out of the hospital and I went home, and I was in so much pain, and all I had was this bottle of Tylenol, and I was in shock. I was like, really? And I needed to go to sleep. And I was on the couch, and I didn't want to go into bed or anything, so I allowed myself to slide down. And I put the Tylenol beside the couch. And I knew I was going to wake up in pain and everything, and I didn't realize it had a childproof lid. So I fell asleep, and my body started hurting about 4 a.m. And I was like, how do I get up? Because my body hurt so bad. I don't know if I could sit up or anything, but I finally managed to get up. And then I reached down to grab the Tylenol. I'm looking at the lid, and I got a cast on this hand, and I'm right-handed. And I got big steel rods in my hand and this big cast. And I'm like, how do I open this? And all my bones and everything were cracked and broken. And I don't know how I'm going to open this thing. And then the voice inside said, bite it off. So I used my teeth. I literally ripped the lid off after a while, got the Tylenol in me, and I was sitting there crying because I was in so much pain. And I was staring out the window and saying prayers and that, and asking God to help me because I felt this difficulty. And then the light came just on the horizon, and just that tiny, tiny little golden glow where the sun is starting to creep into the day. And this energy came into me, and I sat there and I had this euphoric, profound, most, I don't know if you call it bliss or what, and I was sitting there, and tears of joy and everything, and so many things were going on, and I was sitting there, and it was just pouring out of me, and I was just like, oh my God, 4 days ago I could have been finished. And in all of this, yet I'm still going to live. I'm still going to go out, and I'm still going to learn and grow and do things. And yes, I'm in pain, but at the same time, I was in this, like I say, profound euphoria. It's just like everything expanded. And I just watched the sun as it came up more and more and more and more. And I was just in this energy, and I couldn't move. And I just sat, and I said so many thank yous and so many kinds of things, and I just allowed so much things to go through my mind and look at it all, and it was the most beautiful gift to realize every morning I can wake up and I can experience and look at life and learn and grow. So like I say, survival is something we don't really think about. We get into these safeties, these securities. Oh, I have this, I have that. Some little thing goes on and we just freak right out because we believe we're safe. We have all these things, but when you take that, it shudders, it does something, and it sort of makes you wake up and realize, life really is about surviving every breath, everything. It's a beautiful experience. And how long do you journey on that path of life into the future, and what do you do with it all? So there's many transforming things that are always going on, and you never know what's going to go on any moment. And there's many, many big, beautiful things around us. Sometimes we're just too busy. We don't really recognize it all.
I have a question for you. How do you feel right now?
I still feel these things here. I don't know what they are, but they're dissolving.
It feels like you're plugged into something, because it's like you're not even breathing. You're talking so fast. Like there's just so much that wants to come out of you. And I'm just like, what are you plugged into? Like, what is you that you're feeling? So I'm surprised that you still feel that.
As you're saying that, it feels like I am getting pulled up to something bigger. Feels like maybe this meditation is going to go bigger for everybody, either that or something big is going to come in for me. But I feel like right now, just like my chest wants to open, and it's like my soul wants to go to this really, really high place. And it's like my body can't catch up fast enough. It's like my body wants to go there and be a part of that, but it's like everything's going here, and my body's like, oh, better catch up, better get there. So there's interesting sensations and stuff going on inside me at the same time.
Thanks for explaining that.
But one of the things is expanding, because this new energy that's coming into the earth is very, very fast. And some of our souls are light years ahead. It's been doing this since we were born. We didn't quite understand. We're part of the future and we're trying to accelerate, but the planet and the world's not ready. The earth is slowly adjusting and allowing and opening and closing. It's like every now and then you breathe and you become really big and then it all shuts down. And wanting your body and molecular human structure to speed up and match this other experience where they both unite. So the universe up here and the earth down here, they come together. And once they unite, you become everything, right? It's just like an explosion. It opens and you actually integrate and become it.
So asking for your cells, your physical body to match a future vibration?
The universe understands that you're going to have your way. You're going to hear inside you how you need to do it.
Yeah.
I have different ways. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you want me to say that? Well, wow, that was really cool. And then energy comes in. I was like, oh, I never thought of that. Where did that come from? So some of these things will drop in on its own, and it's not strange. It's like, okay, I'm going to take the time to recognize, and I'm just going to chant this for a little while, and I'm just going to feel it, because you're going to feel something. That's one thing I try to make people understand is feeling, because the three higher chakras are up here. The throat, the third eye, and the crown are up here. They're universe. The three lower chakras are base chakra, sacral, and solar plexus are down here. Heart chakra is in between. It's always connected to God. So you want these three to come together and match, and then that energy becomes big. So they say whatever is above is so below. So the earth here and the universe here, and somewhere the universe is going to make that vibration. It's going to start coming in, because there's a part of you that's already been doing a lot of things, and some of this energy now has to recognize and come down and integrate. So you need to bring it in, because people are trying to go out. And I'm like, why are you going out? Where are you going? If you need to be on this earth doing things, why shouldn't it come into you and expand you, and then you're just all of that? So many people, they go into spirituality and they want to go out, and I'm like, look out in the universe, point out there. Where are you going? What are you doing? You don't know. You're on this planet for a reason. That's why you have this body and everything. So maybe reverse it around and ask it to come, invite it in, and ask it to match you. Ask your body and cells and all these things to come together. Try that, see what it does.
Yeah.
For me, it's something that goes on all the time. It's something that I say everybody should do. And that's stepping into that theater and trusting that everything is given to you. If you allow it in, it's going to come in and fill you. And it just turns off and on. They teach you how to change those channels and move this way and that way, and which different lenses you need to see through, because some people are medical intuitive. So sometimes they'll put on this filter and they'll see everything inside a person's body and know what they need to do or what needs to shift out of their energy, and new energy comes in. So when you go into that theater, it's very, very beautiful, but you walk inside yourself, you invite it all in, because once you do that, everything opens up. Then you are creation. Then you are God. Then you are sacred and holy. The Sioux, they used to call their medicine man, they used to call them Wakan. Wakan meant very, very sacred, because everything they did was through the creator. Whatever they saw, whatever they did, and they'd always have visions, they'd always had things, and they were always seeing, and they would talk about the future. So they knew many, many things, and they just lived in that energy. And you would never, ever do anything to wrong them, because it would bless you. They knew everything. So they were very, very sacred, and they were called Wakan. And in the Chinese and some of the Buddhist things, when a Buddhist man becomes 60, 70, some of them are called living Buddhas. They literally have an energy and you can't go and touch them. They will keep a distance between you and them, and they will invite you in. And some of them can just touch you. And whatever is going on with your body instantaneously heals. That's the universal energy. That's at Wakan. That's when you really allow and integrate all these things. And it's not even questioned anymore. You just live in this magical world that you're meant to, and you just go around and bless things and do all kinds of really beautiful things. Because you're through the universe, you're meant to do that. That's why you just trust. You learn to trust these things. And wherever they get you to put your mind, there are angels and spirits there. And that person, when you link into them with your mind, somewhere they accept something, and it allows God to bring in this transformative healing. This is where I say you become Muscapios. Muscapios allows the divine to guide them. They are servants to everybody and everything. So when these things come in, they just allow. I just listen. I just put my focus there. And whatever I know needs to transpire, it happens. And sometimes I'll phone up a person, and like one friend, she likes to say, "Oh, you were already here." I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm too busy. I got all kinds of stuff to do." It's like, I can't always be here doing stuff. And she just laughs at me and she says, "Yeah, you were here. Because everything has changed." She's like, whatever was going on, it's just like, it's all gone. You were here. I know your energy. And as soon as it came in, everything has changed and everything is good. And this has happened with many people that are like, you were here. Whatever you did and you came in, it just changed everything. So when the universe tells me to focus on somebody, I'll just put my mind there and I'll allow those thoughts, prayers, whatever to go through, and I'll just hold it in that loving space, and then it closes down. And I know whatever God did, he did. I don't have to worry and think about why, or did it do this or do that. I just let it all play itself out.